Today we're going to be talking about semicolons. Semicolons are a unique piece of punctuation because they are used in a very specific way and can add maturity to your writing in a very, very easy way. So the first thing that I need you to make sure that you understand is what an independent clause is. Now, an independent clause has three things. The first is a subject, the second is a verb, and the third is that it gives a complete idea. So let's look over here at our first example. I have two girlfriends. The first thing that it says is I. There's my subject. My verb, have, right there is my verb. And then this whole thing gives me that complete idea. I have two girlfriends. I know exactly what you're saying. It has my subject, my verb, and it gives me that full idea. That means that it's going to be an independent clause. Now, this is important for a semicolon because a semicolon combines two independent clauses. So if I have this independent clause here, and then I have another independent clause here, all I have to do is put my semicolon in between. So if I have the sentence, I have two girlfriends, they will never meet each other, I'm going to put a semicolon right in between those. And then put a period on the end. That's all you have to do. And then you will get your semicolons right every single time. What I see students oftentimes do is that they do not make sure that they have those two independent clauses. Take a look at this example. When they saw me with the other girl. Now, this when they saw me with the other girl, I do see a subject, they, and I do have a verb here, saw, they saw, but here's my problem. It does not give me that complete idea. When they saw me with the other girl, that's a dependent clause. So I cannot just put a semicolon. That would actually have a comma there. Just a comma and put the period at the end. So make sure if you have that dependent clause that will not have a semicolon in between. Take a look at this one. One girl is my main chick. That's an independent clause because I have that subject, I have my verb, and it gives me my complete idea. One girl is my side chick. So that gives me girl, which is my subject, is my verb, and it gives me a complete idea. So I can put a semicolon right in between those two. Independent, semicolon, independent. And let me show you one little quick variation that we can have with that semicolon. Let's first look at our independent clauses. I have decided to have one girlfriend now. That's an independent clause. I like that. Skip that, however, for right now. I might go back to two girlfriends soon. That's another independent clause. So if I have those two independent clauses, I can put a semicolon in between. And oftentimes when we have this semicolon, we pair it with the word however. The word however is a subordinating conjunction, so it needs to have another comma after it. You can remember that the word however always has two commas around it if it's in the middle of a sentence. So I have decided to have one girlfriend now, semicolon, because that's an independent. I might go back to two girlfriends soon as another independent, and this bonus information here, I have two commas. One being the semicolon that I have right here because of my two independents, and then however, because it's bonus, needs to have that comma there. Notice how the sentence works without that, however. I have decided to have one girlfriend now. I might go back to two girlfriends soon. Works totally fine. Because this is extra bonus information, I gotta put that second comma. So let's take a couple of examples here. I like frogs, I like turtles. First thing you ask yourself, independent clause, independent clause. So what am I going to put in between that? Excellent, a semicolon. Kanye never texts Kim. That's an independent clause. For some reason, that is a dependent clause. So it looks like maybe I'd want that semicolon, but see how I have that independent and then a dependent? That means that that is not a semicolon. Taylor Swift is the best singer around. That's independent faux show. I don't like her first album. That's another independent clause. So that's where I'm going to put my semicolon. Then remember that the word however gets that extra comma there. Taylor Swift is the best singer around, semicolon. However, comma, I don't like her first album. And then remember, of course, you always put a period on the end. So in review, if you have two independent clauses, you can combine them with the semicolon. And then if you put the word however right after that semicolon, you need another comma because it's a subordinating conjunction.